Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us here. We're excited to be at the Wallace Annenberg Stadium on the campus of UCLA. Big matchup, big college matchup, CRAA game of the week. The St. Mary's Gales traveling down here to play the UCLA Bruins. We've got some spectacular competition ahead of us. I'm really excited. I'm Jeremy Ognall. I'm joined in the booth today by my friend Dominic Reebley. We're looking forward to an entertaining 80 minutes here and some good college rugby to keep pushing the sport in this country. So we can't wait. Dom, what are you saying? What do you think?
It's a beautiful day for rugby, Jeremy. The sun's broken through after a couple of days of rain. Wonderful pitch to play on. Looking for a good match.
Rugby is a sport where teamwork truly makes the difference. In alignment with the values of rugby, Globant and Major League Rugby join forces in a powerful innovation scrum that aims to elevate the sport using the latest technologies. We are already co-creating digital solutions to impact the game, the fans, and the global community in a sustainable way. When technology meets passion, the unthinkable happens. Globant, technology that dares to delight.
It's time to hit. It's time to pass. It's time to train, step, and tackle. It's time for tradition. And time for brotherhood. It's rugby time, America. It's rugby time, America.
Whey protein is my favorite product. Best part about it is I can have it straight after a workout or a training session.
My favorite product is vitamin D. Back in DC, we practice a lot indoors, especially in the winter, don't get a lot of sunlight, so having some vitamin D is important. We select Thorne because we know it's tested and it's safe to use.
Well, today's match is brought to you by 8x8 Sports, the presenting sponsor and official apparel partner of the College Rugby Association of America. 8x8 Sports, we move you forward. So, Dom, you were just mentioning as we wait for the referee in the middle, Katie Roth, to get this started. Tell me, how do you see this game progressing based on how the teams have performed so far this year?
Well, we've got St. Mary's obviously coming in with an undefeated record and having the advantage of having an undefeated fall season and coming into a spring season. On the home side, UCLA Bruins coming in we're with a record of 3-2 after a narrow loss to Central Washington at home last week.
Well, here we go with Storty, ball in hand. Looks like going to the right side. Looking for a good kick chase here. Yeah, UCLA takes it cleanly just outside of their 22. Looks like they're setting up a little bit of a ruck situation. Going to be moving to a carry on the left-hand side here, just trying to clear the lines a little bit more. Fairly solid defense right off the bat from the Gales, and I think we'll see a lot of that today. Shaping for the box kick, has to be careful because he is outside the 22, but straight in the hands of Ofa on the right wing for St. Mary's, who now retain possession.
St. Mary's playing your standard diamond offense.
Yeah, St. Mary's a team that definitely like to open it up and move the ball edge to edge, and they already look as though after a strong carry, they look as though they're shaping to get to the far side, which they're doing pretty effectively so far.
So they got Pappas playing the pivot right now. It's interesting.
Moving to the weak side. Looks like they might have some numbers here, some good hands. UCLA's defense has held up enough. It looks like he's got him into touch. So it's good defense by UCLA first phase. and it'll actually be there put in at the line out on their own 10 meter. So not a bad start defensively by both teams, just trying to feel each other out.
So interesting start with Dominic Bisag, the capped Eagle, playing in the midfield with Pappas really taking the pivot to start the game for the Gales.
Yeah, Tim O'Brien definitely has the luxury of making some moves even mid-game. He's got so many good players, but we really have a nice drive and maul there from UCLA, probably showing some good intent. They seem to be pretty low and controlling the ball right now. I think they've just been asked to move it, so ball's out.
So McCarthy goes in. Ball at the base for the Bruins.
Nice clean ruck again, moving the ball to the edge with an effective carry, but again, strong defense. Two-man tackle there, just holding him up.
Good strong run by Jobber. Nice offload from UCLA.
The ball went backwards so they can play. They do have some space and some numbers out here if they can move it effectively. Again, he's carrying into contact but retaining possession of the ball, which is good for them. So coming back.
McCarthy running. Oh. Nice pivot there from McCarthy.
Oh, they definitely didn't set that pillar too well, did they? So they left a gap, but knocked it on a little bit. Good clearance kick from St. Mary's all the way down past the right at the UCLA 10. So it'll be a UCLA line out, but they're all the way back at their 10 meter. So about a 40-meter gain right there for the Gales. So they'll be happy with that clearance. Well, Dom, I'll tell you, St. Mary's has definitely got some size in the pack. You look at them at the tail, especially at the lineout. They've got some big units that will be contesting.
Absolutely. So McMillan with the throw.
And having said that, they did get the steal, so they're now going to move it to the edge. Straight through the hands, very quick. Oh, tried a little grubber kick through. Didn't work too well. Fullback covered well for UCLA. It was a nice play by Josh Cox.
McCarthy likely to go for the base kick.
Yeah, decent clearance there by him. You know, take the pressure off. These two teams right now, we're coming back for a penalty. It looks like offside's been called against the Gales, so they'll have a chance to clear their lines a bit. It's interesting, Dom. It looks like they're really feeling each other out right now as to what their strategy is going to be to contest this.
Yeah, just standard first 5 minutes of the game, right? A little bit of back and forth. Put the ball up, test your opponents with the high ball. Fine touch, play for territory.
Let's see if UCLA can have a cleaner line out than last time. Looks like they're going to the middle again. Nice take this time. And they're going back for the maul. So that's, they ripped it off. Nice play there. Good strong carries again. They'll be happy with their forward play so far, will the Bruins, and Harry Bennett, the coach, will be very happy.
Nice strong run by McMillan.
Good solid tackling. A little bit high, but nothing called there. Clean play. UCLA retaining possession, but they're going back a few meters from where they were.
So nice carry by Will Sherman, lock.
That's a really nice boot from Cox. It could be, that's trouble for the left wing of St. Mary's. He's taken down. He's taken down inside his own try line. So it's going to be carried over by St. Mary's. It's going to be an attacking scrum for the Bruins on the right side. What an amazing opportunity this one is.
Great kick there by Cox. Put St. Mary's on the back foot. Great pressure as well from UCLA wing Dane Joyce.
So first scrum of the match here. This will be interesting to see. Both pretty substantial packs. Obviously, we've got to see who the edge comes to on this one, but a great attacking opportunity. I'm sure UCLA's, got their plays in, and they're just hoping to get good ball from the scrum. The scrums have gone down. Good clear cadence from Katie Roth there. You could hear it up here in the press booth. So she's so far controlling the game well.
So here's today's lineup for the Gales. Rouse, Deegan, Wilson, Coakley, Abbas, Filippetto, Ofa, Matu, Maudlin, Bisag, Miller, Pappas, Tukuafu, Ofa, and Storty.
Nicely done there, Dominic. Nicely done.
It's a linguistic miracle.
Absolutely. So we could get the line up while we're waiting for the reset of the scrum. Once again, it's gone down. But a penalty is awarded, so it looks as though it's collapsing against the Gales. So now they have a penalty 5 meters out. So let's see what their decision is here.
And for the home UCLA Bruins, we've got Ross, McMillan, Rocco, Pargetter, Sherman, Cortesis, Jobber, Turner, McCarthy, Martini, Rochia, Alua, Joyce, Odejemi, and Josh Cox at fullback.
So 5 meter line out here. Looks like they're going to the front this time. Clean take by UCLA. Trying to set up a maul, but it's collapsed, but no foul play there. So they've actually moved the ball back, and Bisag actually just came up and ripped the ball out of the UCLA player's hands.
Fantastic play by Bisag.
What a great turnover, taking the pressure off, and they'll probably be clearing their lines here. They do, but not effectively. Straight to Cox, who obviously seems to have a lot of intent. Good run by Cox, but again, well defended. Ball spills out. Now they have room on the edge.
So Alua on the break.
That's
Will he get there? Does he finish it?
He's got the energy. He's got through. What a play by
Vicente Alua.
Oh, my goodness. I thought he was going to go out to the left, but he cut back beautifully, and a couple of soft shoulders at St. Mary's, Gales, and he's in for a score. So I'm sure Harry Bennett will be very happy right now.
Great effort by the inside center out of Santiago, Chile.
Yeah, so they saw some space on the left side, on the weak side there. Carrying in one hand, a little bit risky, but he cut back beautifully. He had great vision and then enough leg drive to get it over. What a really good score to open the game. And he's also going for the points after, so trying to make it a 7-pointer. So good couple of minutes for this guy. Now the kick sails wide right, and remains 5-0 to the Bruins, but they're on the board, they're up, and they'll be happy with their performance so far. Really all coming from a scrum penalty gave them an opportunity. And look at this beautiful drone shot. TVX Video, who's doing the video today, got the drone over Wallace Annenberg, and what a beautiful look that is. You can't beat that look.
Great individual effort by Alua there. So it looks like UCLA quite experiencing a good amount of international flavor with, I count, 11 international players on the starting roster for the Bruins. So definitely a lot of rugby experience within the lineup today. So Bisag lets that one drop out of bounds. It'll be line out to the Gales.
Yeah, I mean, so far, again, they're still testing each other a little bit, but Josh Cox looks very capable at 15 for the Bruins. Really nice clearance kick from him there, gave them about 40 meters. So now they're just on the attacking side of halfway, and the Gales will be trying to win their own ball.
Line out throw from Deegan, overthrown.
Not a great throw, overthrown, but it looks like they had a knock on at the back, so I think a little bit fortunate there, Dom, for Marys. What do you think of that throw and lift?
Absolutely. It's always difficult on your first lineout of the day to go for that second pod, longer throw. You generally want to go for that one channel and really try to establish a little bit of continuity before we start to extend out. But St. Mary's is such an incredibly skilled team. They don't have such worries usually.
Yeah, I mean, with the amount of time they train, I'm sure they're as effective off the back of the line out as they are at number 2. But you're right, conservative sometimes is the way to go. The other thing I will tell you is, speaking to Coach Bennett of UCLA before, he loves his 2 locks. He thinks that Pargetter and Sherman are as good as there are in college rugby. So it'll be interesting to see how they do against their opposing numbers on the Gale side of things. But they've definitely got some heft in the engine room with those two.
So scrum goes down. Second time in 2 scrums. See what we can get it sorted out and get a little bit of clean ball coming out. So interesting again, the setup for St. Mary's, where you got B-Sag staggered a little bit, and Pop is sitting pretty much flat with him. So giving scrum half, Maudlin, a two-way look coming out of the scrum.
Yeah, there's nobody on the blind side here for the Gales, so they've got everyone in their back line looking to create some havoc in the middle. Here we go.
So ball straight to Pappas there.
Just strong, hard carry. Well defended, but good carry, sucking a couple of bodies. Now they're trying to look to move to the edge again, which they've done effectively. But once again, the Bruins defense is holding its shape, making their tackles. Ball out to the left wing there. Noah Miller on the left wing. Very slight, but obviously a very agile, skilled rugby player. Knows what he's doing. Some good forward driving here from the Gales. It's really the first time they've started to penetrate. Having said that, we have a great tackle in midfield that slows them up a little bit. But here comes B-Sag doing his thing. Looking for the offload, not there. Good decision, just kept it in hand. Now they're going to move it back to the open side. But a loose ball gets turned over to the Bruins. So, again, a little bit sloppy. I'm sure that Coach O'Brien will not be happy with the amount of possessions they're giving away and giving someone like Josh Cox a bit of time for clearance.
Yeah, I think Wilson thought Rouse was going to go the other way on that pass.
As usual at most college rugby matches, you can hear the crowd acting as a bunch of referees calling for a forward pass, but there's only one that counts, and that's Katie Roth, and she said the pass was fine. And once again, a really nice clearance from Cox. So once again, we're back where we were a couple of minutes ago. It's a line out just inside of the St. Mary's half, and it's their put-in, or their throw-in. So let's see if they can clean up their line out a little bit. The first one was a little bit sloppy.
Good interplay there between Martini and Cox to get that ball cleared.
Yeah, so if you look at it, Dom, you know, when we're talking to the coaches before, I think the one thing or a few things that stand out to me, St. Mary's, play with a ton of flair, and there's a reason they're the reigning national champions. And so UCLA has to stay in the match, and unfortunately, unlike they did last week when they didn't close out Central Washington, they need to stay in the match, and they need to, if they have the opportunity to close, they need to close.
Absolutely. Great run there by Ofa. Just a massive unit. Nice hands, good carry. Got John Wilson taking that ball in.
It was a big opening in the middle there. But Alua got over and made the tackle, and was called a forward pass, actually, by referee Roth. So once again, we have a scrum middle to UCLA, who, they're under pressure, but there really haven't been any cracks. I think that one there was about the biggest crack they've exhibited, and Alua came over and made the tackle effectively. So they'll be happy. We're about 15 minutes in, and fairly even match so far, but obviously the scoreboard is in favor of the Bruins. With what we've seen so far, Dom, what do you think that the Bruins, could be trying to do to, play a little bit more down St. Mary's end? They've been down there once and scored. What do you think they need to be doing?
Right. So between Martini and Cox, I think they're really trying to play the territory game, right? Keep the ball in St. Mary's half. Let the kicks do the work. Go down and play defense and hope for some errors that like we saw with the first try.
Absolutely. Again, very solid scrum by the Bruins, winning their own ball fairly comfortably. And again, now moving it out to Cox on the edge, who once again uses his foot. He loves his foot, and there's a reason why. It's a good foot. So if you've got one and you know how to use it, and they're doing it effectively. Unfortunately, it was a high tackle there against the Bruins. Actually didn't get a number on the tackler there, but it's going to relieve some pressure because Storty's going to be able to pump the ball down to the left-hand side, looking for some territory gain. Not the prettiest kick by Storty, but it was effective into touch. So they'll have a line out pretty much halfway between the UCLA 22 and a bit closer actually to the UCLA 10. So let's take a look again for the high tackle. I mean, I don't think there was much there.
Yeah, Jobber might have gotten jobbed there a little bit by the call. Unfortunately, man going down from St. Mary's into the tackle and just coming in low.
It's interesting watching because St. Mary's, they're a great passing team. You can tell they work a lot on the micro skills, and they're very effective at it. So they're moving it to the edge very well. But again, they're not really getting much penetration. Having said that, they just got a massive penetration from King Matu, who just went through about 4 different people. And unfortunately, once again, they've spilled the ball, and it's going to be UCLA's possession and a chance to recover. But I tell you what, that is one big unit. I would not want to be tackling that guy, Dom.
Yeah, my apologies for earlier identifying him as Sione Ofa. Apologies to both King and Sione there.
Well, if we watch this break again, there's some great hands, but look at the footwork and then the fend, keeping the ball in one hand. But it was the footwork and fend, plus, again, with his size, he's hard to stop. So Mariners will be looking for a lot more of that from King Matu. And since he's the king, Dom, I think it's good that you apologized. So we're definitely struggling a little bit at the setup of the scrum. It's hard for us to see from here really what's going on. But referee Roth, she's having to reset it a couple of times, try and get the front rows and get the binds in place effectively. So let's see what happens on this next one. Hopefully they can clean it up and let the game flow a little bit more. Oh, now this time it's collapsing against the Bruins, and so we have an attacking penalty for the Gales just outside of the 22 meters. So we'll see what they're going to do here. Are they going to go for the 3, or are they going to try and poke it to the corner and get a line out and drive it in? Let's see what they're going for. It looks like they're going to the corner with Storty. So let's see, they're about 8 meters from the line, just to our right. And same line out setup as they've had last game. They've got two forwards just outside, going to insert themselves. And I'm sure they'll be going for more secure play here at the front, and they absolutely are. Nice throw and take at the front, getting a driving maul going, trying to commit some UCLA bodies to it. And UCLA's actually called for collapsing there. So once again, it's another penalty. And it looks as though B-side with ball in hand is probably going to just poke it into the corner again for another 5 meter. And that's indeed what he does. Another nice take there in the middle. And a good driving maul here, and it looks as though they're over the line. And they are. Katie Roth, the arm goes up straight away. 5-pointer, about 5 meters in from the touchline. Gales are on the board, and it's 5-5 with the conversion to come.
Straight to Matu at the back, easy drive.
So it was taken by Coakley. Coakley was the one who took it, and then just, again, using the power of, Ofa, Matu, some of the other forwards, there was no contest there.
Well executed line out there. Just a nice little easy front lift, drop it down, a little bit of shift to the left hand side to move away from that main point of pressure, and then straight through the UCLA defense.
Yeah, now we have Hunter Modelin, the scrum half. He's going to be making the conversion attempt. So really nice solid attempt. Oh, it hits the left upright and comes back into play. So that was very unlucky. It was a nice strike, but the scores remain 5-5, and now UCLA We'll be kicking off. I think we're actually going into, the referee was just signaling, I think we're going into a hydration break. It's not overly hot here today, but I think that was a planned break, so we'll take a second and let the referee control the hydration break for a minute.
At St. Mary's, we inspire minds, engage hearts, and transform lives. With small class sizes and professors who know you by name, we inspire our students to thrive. We engage and build connections, knowledge, and skills. Explore boundless opportunities and one-of-a-kind study programs that launch careers. Transform, discover, and make a lasting impact. We are Gales.
USA Rugby is proud to partner with the College Rugby Association of America for the 2024-25 academic year. With future US Eagles taking the pitch today, we're pleased to support this experience for all student athletes. Learn more about the USA Eagles and how you can get involved with USA Rugby at usarugby.com.
Drop from off the kickoff from Alua by Matu. Ball right back in the hands of UCLA. Got Bruins on the front foot here.
I think the Bruins are going to get a little more joy if they move it a little bit wider, maybe some tip-on passes, from this pod shape, because right now they're running into a wall of some very big bodies. So we'll see if they get a little more creative, on the tip passes and their approach to the pods.
He's playing very flat, gets the ball out to Odejemi. McCarthy here hitting the point, off to Sherman. Ball knocked on. Hands in the ruck there.
Yeah, that was a good carry by Sherman. And the Gales had to get a little bit aggressive and got caught with the hands in the cookie jar there. So once again, the ball's in Cox's hand. We've been listening to this quite a bit today. We've heard his name. And so far, UCLA are impressing, reasonably well across the board. But,
So we got the breakdown here from UCLA. McCarthy getting said, just a lazy tackler there.
Yeah, McCarthy was a little sharp on that one. He knew he was going to draw the penalty. And we've got another great driving maul from the line out. The ball once again went to Sherman.
McMillan on the break,
really good drive
from the maul.
Just 5 meters from the line right now, and they've got their pod shape set up again. So they're looking to attack more, around the edges of the ruck before they try and move it. And again, another good carry there from Sherman.
Yeah.
Waiting for the boys to slow ball, so they'll keep it tight. St. Mary's defense is pretty set right now, so we're going to have a good contest here.
It's a situation here when you're within that 5 meter channel, you're trying to get past that A defender, right? To try to get to his outside shoulder and then bring your support runner in, just to sort of pinch down.
Yeah, you're right, Dom. I think the challenge here is I think they're going to be out-muscled. And there we go. There is a knock-on in the contact on the ground. So it's going to come. It's going to be an attacking scrum. Well, not an attacking, really. It's going to be a Gales scrum 5 meters from their line from a knock-on. But what I'm seeing so far is UCLA is doing some really nice stuff. They're using their big bodies well, Pargetta, Sherman, etc. But I think they're running into the teeth and the strength of St. Mary's defense. So what I'd love to see, Dom, is a couple of crashes with the big boys and then trying to move with sleight of hand out to the back line, see if they can expose them a bit wider out or on the edge.
Right, your general flow of play, right, is crash the ball in and have somebody coming out the back. So always running against the flow of traffic, and then with somebody moving with the flow on a second level. And so UCLA really focusing on bringing that ball back towards the tackle line.
That's a great scrum by the Bruins, but what a big pickup and carry there. We've got King Matu with a strong carry out. Ball in Ofa's hands now, just coming outside their 22, so they're going to go back in, probably have another carry. Now they're looking to move the ball through the depths.
Just a misconnection there between BSAG and Pappas, it seems. Man's isolated. See if UCLA can turn it over. No, great job by St. Mary's.
Wow, McCarthy came in and managed to sneak that one away. So again, now we've got a strong carry coming in from Freddie Jobber. Yep. Really good carry. See if they learn, again, big body onto big body. Let's see if they try and use some of their width and speed. McCarthy, back inside ball. Really nice back inside ball there to Ojimini. Didn't really get anywhere, but very creative.
Yeah, we call that. You used to call that the Gregan.
Exactly, the George Gregan. That shows how old we are, Dom.
Yeah.
Most people listening won't know who that is.
Ball taken in there by Ozzie Ross.
Now we've got another penalty against the Gales right in front of the post here.
Yeah, Wilson not rolling away.
Not rolling away, I think, on Wilson, wasn't it? Yeah, so and he's a big unit. If he doesn't roll away, it's pretty obvious.
Interesting, UCLA going for the tap and go from Pargetter.
Yeah, that's a surprise to me. I would have thought they'd take the 3, but they obviously have a sense they can create something. And they are. They're going out to the edge. Oh, it looks like we've got a really strong tackle out on the left edge. It looked as though Ojimini was going to be able to get in, but it looks as though we got a tackle and knocked him into touch. Unfortunately, our view is a little restricted here. But, yeah, the touch judge has got his flag up, so it looks as though...
Referee Ross having a conversation with the touch judge. Ball going to come out from McCarthy. Going to switch directions out to Odejimi. Here from Alua, see if he can get it down before he gets out of bounds. Nice, easy. He looks like he's in touch well before he gets that ball put down.
Yeah, that was a really nice cover tackle by Ofa. But they're coming back for something again.
UCLA was playing under advantage.
Yeah, apologies. We're not able to really give you probably got a better view on the screen. But a penalty was given. They've kicked it to the corner, and now Bruins are going to try their own line out moves in order to try and punch another one in.
So go with the 6-man line out. So just one man short. We'll see if we're going to drive here.
Coming to the weak side. Very clever play, but well defended by the Gales.
A little bit too slow in developing. You didn't get the 6 coming around to hook the hooker so that you could free up McMillan for that little path.
Yeah, there we go. Sherman again. He's doing the Sherman tank work.
Taken on by Ross there. McCarthy marshalling the troops.
Yeah, McCarthy looks like a pretty savvy player. He knows when to switch sides. Here's Cox. So nice step back inside from Cox there. They're only a couple of meters now, so let's see if they're patient enough to be able to pound this in.
Interesting, good. McCarthy taking it by himself.
Good carry there by McCarthy.
Oh, no, wasn't. Sorry, my apologies.
Okay, and they're over. Wow. That was really impressive and undid everything I said where I thought they should move the ball and not run into the teeth, but they ran into the teeth and they were successful.
Great angle. Is that McMillan? Fantastic inside angle from McMillan.
Yeah, if you look at this, again, starts with a really strong carry from Cox. Yeah. Good ruck. It was a little bit slow. I was thinking they'd move the ball, but they knew what they were doing, and they were a big carry there onto the ground. Once again by Sherman, I believe.
No, Cortezes, great run, great setup by Cortezes.
I mean, that's just good, solid rugby, isn't it, Dom?
Yeah. Keep the ball up, keep it moving. Right, speed of recycle is always going to be your friend to keep the defense on the back foot.
So let's see if Alua can add the 2 points to this one. Same spot as last time, wasn't able to make it. Look for a bit of a better strike this time. And when we have a better strike, it goes right through the middle, so the flags are up.
Coach Harry Bennett's got to be pleased with his troops so far. We're 30 minutes into the match, and UCLA is just playing fantastic, enterprising rugby. Let's see if St. Mary's can respond as they did in the first time, come back with a score of their own and put UCLA under some pressure.
Yeah, as you said, Coach Bennett has to be happy so far. Obviously, still, about 50 minutes of rugby to play, so nothing's closed out here. But really, really positive rugby and positive beginning, and UCLA just needs to keep playing in the same way.
Take there from Joyce. St. Mary's going to get him held up.
No, they managed to wrestle it to the ground. They have to release him. Again, we're going to have a carry, just move the ball a little bit. Moved it out nicely onto the edge. Again, some strong carrying by UCLA. Not creating a lot of gaps, but they are, consuming some bodies and causing St. Mary's problems. And we're going to have a box kick for clearance now from McCarthy. Oh, straight into Bisag. Oh, Bisag, nice offload back inside. To his tight head prop, Wilson.
Good take by Wilson.
And now they're moving it edge to edge again. So let's see if they can penetrate a little bit more than they have. Oh, we've gone out to the speed there. Just
nice run by Miller.
Yeah, really good run. Tripped up, which, stopped his progress, which was great. But they're still on the front foot, and Bisag trying to create a little bit of something by himself.
Ball taken in there by Rouse. Just a little reset.
The slow ball, retaining possession. There we go. Now we move it into a gap. There's a good carry. We've got numbers on the edge here. Another good carry there by Pappas. Another breakdown for them to have an opportunity to set up for the next phase. Probably looking for some quicker ball. Still not quick, but better. And Bisag looking inside pass there. Really nice inside ball to Ofa. Coming back to the edge again.
I got to tell you, Jeremy, I'm really impressed by John Wilson. The footwork, the passing ability from a tight end prop, you just don't see that every day.
No, I mean, there's certain things you expect from a tight head. Maybe that's a bonus, but clearly he is he's very agile for a big fella, I will tell you that. But just keeping it tight and pounding it right now. I think we might see the ball with King, sometimes seeing King, Matu, or Ofa. Having said that, oh, what a great tackle. Logan Turner, the captain of UCLA, just came out and destroyed Bisag.
Yeah.
Forced a knock on, and now UCLA has a scrum about 12 meters from their line.
Well, it's the right move. Bisag is just trying to drop a short ball to Coakley, to free him up with the man running out the back, with his center running out the backside. There you see it right there. Just a nice, easy short ball. Maybe a little bit too hard. Coakley not ready for that speed, but it's the right move.
Yeah, I don't think we've really called Turner's name yet. He's the captain, but he certainly showed his impact on the game right there. And UCLA will be breathing a sigh of relief. They were having to defend hard there for about 5 or 6 phases, and now they have an opportunity to clear their lines. Once again, the scrum is down, and once again,
interesting.
Losing the bind is called against the UCLA. I believe it's against. I think it was against the loose head. I think it was against Ross.
Yeah.
I think he lost his bind, so we've got a penalty, and St. Mary's actually is just going to go back to another scrum.
Yeah. So again, John Wilson putting a lot of pressure, putting his mark on the game, really driving across the head of Ross, trying to get into McMillan's space. So the scrums collapses down and in. So you'll really get a measure here of how much Wilson is affecting the game and what's happening here, because now St. Mary's is on the offensive end of the scrum. So we'll see who's in control as far as this phase of the game.
Once again, no penalty here, but we do have a collapsed scrum. I mean, the one thing I'll say about Wilson, on the tight head side, there are people out there who say the tight heads are the finesse part of the game. I know several people who would agree with that. My good friend Scott Bracken would probably say that the loose heads are the finesse part, but basically numbers 1 and 3 do the heavy lifting. They do the hard graft, and so far we're really seeing it specifically from Wilson. So it's fun to watch. So let's see what they have here. It looks as though they're mostly lined out. They've still got the right wing, but it looks as though they're planning on going to the left. And here they are back out to Bisag. Let's see what he runs. A little miss move. Oh, there's a great offload just as he's going to the ground right now. Now UCLA's under pressure here. Good strong carry. We're only about a meter from the line right now. They're going to have to work very hard to hold them out here. So far they are, but ways to go.
Carry by
Once
Rouse.
again, Bisag, little step back inside. And Bisag managed to juke his way over. Very impressive. We were waiting to see something special from that young man, and we just did.
He's got just fantastic footwork from Bisag, the capped eagle. Great work here.
Yeah, I mean they were building. You know, they were so close to the line, and he's such a savvy player. You know, he sees a couple of big bodies in front of him, steps back inside, and just has enough reach to get it over. So that's why he's, you know, the class he is.
Yeah, when you're on your own goal line, you got to play rush defense, and that's when that cutback lane opens up, and it's just a nice easy inside step with nobody supporting Jobber on the backside.
So fairly straightforward kick, I would think, from Modlin. You know, probably about 20 meters in from touch. See if he's got the leg for this one. Try and tie the game up at 12 with only about 4 minutes left in the half. It's gone very fast. Yeah, the kick is good. So we're now back at a tied game with about 4 minutes left. So I think we'll have a bit of an arm wrestle for the next 4 minutes until they get into the sheds for a little bit of a break.
Just as we said, you know, St. Mary's the champions respond, get a little bit of a gut punch, and then come right back, put pressure on the Bruins, and end up with the try.
Yeah, I mean, for the first 36 minutes, Dom, I think there's been some good rugby. You know, not always as entertaining as we'd like, but I think, again, the teams are still trying to figure each other out a little bit. But when these teams decide to play, and what a take that was there, that was a great take by Habas. But when they decide to play, you can see they're both very skilled. Nice through the hands there by St. Mary's. Just trying
again, you got Pappas taking the pivot.
Once again, Bisag back on the inside.
Good
He's
inside
lost the ball, knocked it on. So Bruins will be happy with that. Good defensive set. Now they get an attacking scrum just outside of the Gales 22.
So here you have it. Bisag with the inside ball, just can't find the hands.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great ball. Unfortunately, sometimes the ball spills, and that's what happens.
So again, in this situation, pressure's on Ozzie Ross. Right against Wilson here on the near side. You can see it right in front of you. See if Ross can keep that scrum up and not let Wilson take him inside.
Let's see how they are on the engage. Yeah, it looks like the pretty solid engage. And once again, it's coming down. They're definitely having a bit of an arm wrestle in there, and I think they're struggling with who's getting the ascendancy. And I'm sure that referee Roth is probably getting a little bit frustrated and talking to the front rows about cleaning it up so we can have more flow of the game.
Right. So in this situation, you got Wilson, the tight end, really trying to attack McMillan, the opposing hooker, which is changing the vector, right, of force from the St. Mary's side and pushing it right across the hooker's shoulder.
Well, for all the listeners out there, we've got vector conversations, we've got force, obviously an aerospace engineer in Dominic Reebley, so I love that. I love you bringing vector and force to the tight five conversation.
So you can see Wilson's right shoulder's upward, yeah.
Again, it's hard to see who's at fault, but it looks like it's a fairly even contest, and this time the result goes Ross's way. So now we have a penalty with only about 1:20 left. And it looks as though the Bruins might be going for points, trying to close out the half with a 3-point lead.
You know, and they're both doing a great job, right? That's your job as a tight head, as a loose head. Really, that's where the battle is won in the scrums. Is can you get two of your guys putting pressure on one of the opposing players in that front row? And that's the battle.
That indeed is the battle. And so far, I think the battle's been pretty even. You know, they won, UCLA won that one, but overall it's been a good back and forth contest between those front rows. So with about 38 seconds left, let's see if they can get 3 points on the board and hopefully go in for their sake comfortably ahead. And they have a beautiful kick there. So Bruins will be very happy with that. They'll be receiving this kick, and I doubt they'll be looking to play, Dom. I would think they'll catch this kick and probably put it to touch and go into the sheds comfortable that they're 3 points up and 40 minutes to go.
You would think so. So St. Mary's on the other side, likely going to put this short on the 10-meter line, try to contest and see if they can win this kickoff for themselves.
It's a nice high kick. Should be contestable.
Yep.
And it is. It's actually come back on the side. Abbas really did a nice job contesting it. Oh, we've got hands in there. The guy dove straight down. So penalty to the Gales. Again, you see those mistakes so often, don't you, Dom? Team's just gone up. They only have to get 20 seconds on the clock, and they can't see it out. And now they've given the Gales an opportunity to either go for three, or it looks as though they're going to be aggressive and go for the corner again.
Yeah,
and that's a huge mistake. They just drilled it straight through the back. So we should be at halftime. And there we are. Referee Roth calls the end of the half. We have it 15-12 to the UCLA Bruins over the St. Mary's Gales. An interesting first 40, and I think it sets us up for a great second 40, Don.
Fantastic 40 minutes of rugby down here in Westwood from both teams. Just living on the knife's edge.
Absolute knife's edge. So I hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Thanks again to TVX Video for those great shots, the replays, the drone shots, incredible camera work, and we'll look forward to seeing you after the half.
To understand the game in its fullest, you need to understand what's happening to the ball.
Gilbert is synonymous with every major event that's happened in our sport.
The ball is a conductor of the orchestra. We put a tiny microchip inside the ball. We're getting location information from the ball, speed, spin, distance, trajectory, hang time.
The technology and the innovation behind this ball is truly a game changer.
Whey protein is my favorite product. Best part about it is I can have it straight after a workout or a training session.
My favorite product is vitamin D. Back in DC, we practice a lot indoors, especially in winter, don't get a lot of sunlight, so having some vitamin D is important. We select Thorne because we know it's tested and it's safe to use.
Live from Westwood, College Rugby is sponsored by the Rugby Network, the official partner of College Rugby Association. The Rugby Network is your free destination for all your rugby content needs, including free live streaming and Major League Rugby matches, international matches, CRAA matches, highlights, weekly rugby shows, and exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Sign up today for free at therugbynetwork.com. Here we go, highlight from the first half. We've got UCLA that gets on the board first with inside center.
Great carry by Alua, great carry. He's done that all half, but a great carry there. And then
King Matu responding.
King doing what kings do. Very, very impressive play. Nice offload off the ground. Obviously it came to nothing, but they showed what they're capable of there. And then there was a great take of a line out by Coakley. led to the drive, which I think, if I'm...
Ended with Matu on the score, yeah,
Matu
absolutely.
scored, okay.
But again, UCLA responds back with McCarthy picking up the loose ball out of the ruck and offloading.
Yeah, I mean, he saw the ball was out and just stuck down the side and did what good nines do. And then great ball movement there, side to side. Unfortunately, that was just a great cover tackle, though, by Ofa in order to stop his opposing number from scoring.
But UCLA would not be denied, right? Cox coming back in. We got the drive here from Jobber. And then hooker Sam McMillan's going to finish it for the Bruins. Put him up. Back up on top. 12 to 5.
And then here we go, Bisak. We were waiting for this from him, right? We didn't see a ton from him, some nice distribution, but he finally stepped inside and showed what he's capable of. And I think, to be honest with you, I think we'll see more of that. Again, it's 15-12 right now to the Bruins in a very tight contest. Once again, a beautiful Wallace-Annenberg Stadium on the UCLA campus. I mean, you couldn't get much of a finer spot in this country for college rugby.
Rugby is a sport where teamwork truly makes the difference. In alignment with the values of rugby, Globant and Major League Rugby join forces in a powerful innovation scrum that aims to elevate the sport using the latest technologies. We are already co-creating digital solutions to impact the game, the fans, and the global community in a sustainable way. When technology meets passion, the unthinkable happens. Globant, technology that dares to delight.
I have to say my favorite Thorn product is creatine, white protein, vitamin D, super EPA, fish oil pills.
I chose to take Thorn supplements over another brand because they're sports backed.
We know it's tested and it's safe to use.
There's a wide variety of benefits that range from sports performance to neurological benefits. I know it helps me increase my lifting capacity.
That they're third-party tested, that they're NSF certified.
And they also taste great, so that's why I choose Thorn.
With the right plan, the right team, and hard work, even the most unpredictable events can be overcome. At USI, you have the whole team on your side, protecting you from the unexpected and making sure you bounce back better than ever. We take the time to understand your concerns and provide solutions with customized game plans for you and your business. It's Major League focus and results for you, and we call it the USI One Advantage.
It's time to hit.
It's time to pass. It's time to train, step, and tackle. It's time for tradition. And time for brotherhood. It's rugby time, America.
It's rugby time, America.
Okay, it looks like we're getting ready for the kickoff of the second half. We want to recognize some sponsors in a second, but let's get the kickoff going, let the game present itself. Nice deep kick, but a good clearance there by Pappas. Got some good ground. So now we'll have an attacking scrum for UCLA just inside the St. Mary's 10. While we're waiting for the ball to come in on this one, we do want to recognize Pickle Juice, the official hydration partner of the College Rugby Association of America. Pickle Juice is proven to stop and prevent muscle cramps. Get the edge you need to finish. Also brought by Gainline, the official sports management partner of the College Rugby Association of America. Gainline, a testament to the power of leadership, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. And speaking of pursuit of excellence, that line out was not one, Dom.
Unfortunately, that line out from McMillan just went a little bit awry. But see the replay here. He just got that right hand, the throwing hand underneath the ball. Need to stay on top, get a straighter line. But
Dom, I love it when you're coaching on hookers throws. That's terrific. I love to hear that. I don't remember that from your Santa Monica days, but maybe I'll have to look back at some old film, and that would be old film.
Yeah.
So let's see how this contest goes. Oh, solid, but again, UCLA's getting a bit of a nudge on, but well held by St. Mary's. Again, now here they are. This is what they should have done in the first half. Move the ball more effectively edge to edge. Again, a great cover tackle, though. You know, the 11 from St. Mary's, Noah Miller, looks dangerous, but he was well wrapped up there. Some tight carries.
Great pickup there by Tukuafu.
Now the back to B-Sag.
So you got that switch between Pappas and B-Sag, and with the run from Wilson.
There goes Wilson again. Back to B-Sag.
St. Mary's playing a little more enterprising right now coming out of the half.
Well, it looks like we're going to have a penalty here to St. Mary's not rolling away from the Bruins. But it's interesting you say that, Dom, because you and I were chatting at halftime, and I think we both agreed that we really haven't seen the best of the Gales in the first half, and they really weren't effectively moving the ball. And all of a sudden, just in the first 2 minutes of the second half, we see a very different Gales-looking team.
Absolutely, it's just too many balls going to ground. Not the kind of rugby we're used to seeing from a Tim O'Brien team. See if they can clean it up here a little bit more and get more ball to hand. So King Matu taking it and over to B-Sag, crashing middle.
Moving it back inside to Rouse. Decent carry, a couple of meters from the line. UCLA's pretty set, but they're going to keep pushing around the edges. They're only now half a meter from the line, so I'm sure we're going to have a big body carry here before we even try and move it out through the hands in the backs. And there we go. It looks as though, was there a knock-on? Yeah, no, they've called an advantage here.
Play to the Gales.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see that replay, see if it was, deemed an intentional knock-on. Now we do have a knock-on, but we're going to come back to the first one. So, yeah, we do have a penalty. So it looks as though referee Roth has decided that there was... Oh, no, she's actually calling for offsides. I thought she was calling for an intentional knock, but offsides.
Yeah, I don't think Pargetter ever got onside here.
Yeah, so let's watch for this again.
Excuse me, not Pargetter. That's Logan Turner there.
I think that Turner is a very lucky boy that he's not heading back for 10 minutes in the sheds.
What are you saying? That was a little cynical from him?
Cynical, yeah, probably cynical. I mean, there was no attempt to get to the ball. It was one hand. It was down low. So I think he got away with one there. Question is, can they hold out here on the defensive 5-meter scrum? We'll see. I'm sure that B-Sag right now, he's huddled his backs right behind the scrum, so I'm sure they've got some creative play that they're trying to run. Oh, they're actually, this is interesting. It looks like the scrum's going to happen. They're staying in a huddle, and then they're going to break. Now they break. And here they go to B-Sag on the left. Oh, we've got another knock-on. You just mentioned the hands, Dom. You mentioned them.
Yeah, clearly that's something St. Mary's has worked on a lot in training, but just didn't work out the way they had drawn it up. And that's just a simple ball to hand, right? But you get that sort of thing when you start making that pivot back in, but you leave the ball going out the back end. As the runners start to move away from each other, that ball just sort of floats.
Yeah, it's interesting, we'll talk about the structure in a second. But again, it was a good pass from B-Sag, over through to Pappas, and just dropped the ball. I mean, there's no excuse for that. It's not as though it's a wet, slippery ball or a rainy day here in beautiful Southern California. It's perfect for conditions for running rugby. And now it looks like we've got a scrum penalty advantage to the Bruins. Yes, it's coming back. Roth has called it. And we've got a double blow on the whistle, so it looks as though she's going to be having a conversation with someone. I don't think we're going to see anyone in the naughty boy chair yet, but let's see what she has to say.
We were just, disengaged from the scrum a little too early? Well, it's got to be a relief for UCLA, right? They're going to be able to kick out and get their own line out coming out of their own 5.
Yeah, so pretty pointed conversation, obviously, with the, looks like the front row of the Gales right there. And so Cox will now clear. Yeah, reasonable kick. We've seen him kick better than that. But, you know, it's their possession just outside of their 22. And like you said, Dom, I'm sure they're a little bit relieved that the pressure is off. We do have a great crowd here today, Dom, you know, on a beautiful Southern California day. It's hard to beat this, isn't it? The stadium, the crowd, the teams, everything.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you can't see it too much, but the student body here has really come out in support of their Bruins.
And having said that, there we see the student body of it looks like of the Gales, though, not the Bruins. So we went to the wayside, and here we go with the line. Now let's see what the Bruins can do to defend. Oh, it's over the top and it's loose, picked up at the back by Ofa. Clearly, now once again they're moving the balls, and there's your man. There's your man with the carry.
Wilson, yeah, you just didn't get a clean lift and jump on that line out, so didn't really go and meet that ball at the high point again. Ball to ground.
Yeah, really, you know, poor ball out the back there from Pappas. You know, he was guilty of the knock-on the other side a minute ago, and now a poor pass out the back, which will be frustrating not only his teammates, but it'll be frustrating the coaching staff because they're not getting any go-forward ball.
Staying short side with Ofa.
Here we go, a little more creative out the back there. Nice time carry there by Stordy.
Yeah, good take by Wilson. So B-Sag really playing near that game line.
Again, we're going out to
Miller,
the edge,
yeah.
Miller, but there's no space. He had to cut back inside. Nice defense against by the Bruins. They're staying defending nicely. Even when King Martu runs at them, they're doing a nice job so far.
Marlin finds himself alone, a little bit isolated, but
there goes B-Sag. Nice inside ball there to Coakley, and then we've lost that one as well. And once again, Cox is going to clear, but I think it'll come back for the knock-on. Indeed, it is. You know, I don't have the stats, Dom, but I would say we've probably seen, you know, maybe at least a dozen handling errors, you know, uncontested handling errors by the Gales that seem very unusual for them.
Well, it just seems that, you know, Tim O'Brien's sort of play is you're playing on that tackle line, on the gain line, really small margin of error for your passes, and right now and so far in this game, St. Mary's just hasn't been able to make that connection enough to continue to put the pressure on the Bruins and really cross over the whitewash.
Yeah, speaking of Coach O'Brien, there he is, and he's got to be frustrated. He's not a guy who shows his emotions very often, as you can see, but he has to be frustrated with the ineffective handling. The other thing I think that's surprising me a little bit, Dom, and I know you used to play up front, so I'll ask you a question. I would have thought that the Gales pack would have a little bit more of an edge over the Bruins, but so far I think the Bruins in both set pieces are holding their own.
Well, I think it goes back to what you were saying earlier with that second row from UCLA, Jack Pargetter and Will Sherman, really providing that support for the front row. And you know, we may be surprised at the level of skill, but hey, Harry Bennett's crew and Sam McMillan, his assistant coach, doing a fantastic job here in Westwood.
Oh no, she's changed that. She had originally put a hand up for penalty against the Bruins, but she's actually changed it. It's a penalty against the Gales again after a conversation.
No. She's yellow carded St. Mary's.
Just trying to be clear on who the card's going to. Is it going to Coakley? I'm not sure how it would be going to. No, it looks as though she's actually given it to Broughton, who came on. I wasn't privy to who Broughton came on for.
So Broughton would have come on for...
I mean, has to have come on in the second row, I'm assuming, but...
For Filippetto? We'll figure it out. Yeah, that's always a tough go, right? You're in your first 10 minutes of your shift, and you're already off the field. Not the start that you're looking for your shift.
No, you can see on the sideline some frustration in Broughton there. Again, it's hard for us to know exactly what he did. Hopefully we'll get a replay and see, but the reality is it was to get on the wrong side of the ref for 10 minutes in the naughty boy chair. And let's take a look at this, Dom, and see what happens. So the ref got her arm up. She's changed direction. I don't know what it looks as though Broughton's on the flank, but I don't know what she could be penalizing him for from that one. Anyway, the bottom line is whether we see it or not, the referee, she's right in the middle. She saw it. She called it. And now they're playing, down a man. So let's see how these scrums and set pieces go now with the Gales down to 7 forwards.
Well, St. Mary's is staying with 8 forwards here. So they just dropped out their offside wing. So the short side wings.
Good scrum there. Front row's popped up, but she's letting it play.
Yeah.
We've got a carry here.
From Matu. Nice challenge there by replacement flanker Ira Lynn for the Bruins.
He was trying to latch onto that ball, couldn't get to it. So Gales retained possession. But again, they're trying sort of fairly... Oh, having said that, they've just fallen off a couple of tackles. I was just about to say it seems to be fairly one-dimensional rugby right now from the Gales, and then a couple of soft tackles made it look better. But once again, we have a poor pass to ground, and then I think we have another knock-on, and we do. So, I mean, that's 2 or 3 now on that right side. Just loose passes and then attempting to pick it up, knocking the ball on. We also have another sub coming on from the Gales. So Fuka has come on, Mr. Daniel Fuka. So let's take again. Bisag skipping across. So both his centers there were skipped. Papas and Tukuafu were both skipped, and I don't think the fullback who was coming up outside was expecting it. So another rudimentary mistake.
It really looked like that ball was meant to go to Ayasaki Tukuafu that time. And maybe just thought it was meant to pass it on.
Oh, now look at that scrum by St. Mary's. Wow. What a shove. I mean, credit to UCLA. They managed to get out the back, but they were going backwards faster than a locomotive.
McCarthy, as always, doing the scrum half's job of begging for the penalty.
Yeah, Pargetta doing some dirty work again, just the hard carry, trying to get for the box kick. So McCarthy's setting up, probably looking to put it into touch, give him a little bit of relief. And he does make touch. Not a bad one there, actually, from that position. So they're out just short of their own 10-meter line, and the Gales will have the ball from there. So, again, obviously, we're not always privy to when the subs come on. We'll try and keep a better track of that. But we've got some fresh bodies on there. Looking at the St. Mary's Gales, they brought some size.
Tingen in.
Yeah, they've definitely brought some size on. I think they want to try and change the physicality of the game.
Interesting.
Beautiful overhead shot again. Once again, the guys from TVX doing great work. We've got to love that view. And then we have another knock-on in the tackle. Just the drone view, Dom, they tend to call it the 30,000-foot view. I don't know if you have an engineering term that you'd like to throw at it, since we talked about vector and force.
Not at the moment, sorry. So here we go on the replay here. St. Mary's is, again, that little short ball, really living at the line. Unfortunately, Abbas not able to reel it in from Maudlin.
Yeah, just fundamentals are letting them down right now. That last scrum was dominant from the Gales. It looks as though Fuku, who came in the loose head side, is starting to make a bit of a difference. So let's see what happens on this one. He is a big unit. They're all getting the nudge on a little bit early, but the Bruins held that one, and McCarthy got it away nicely, and they'll clear their lines effectively. It's a good kick.
Martini putting it down on the opposing 22. Here we go. Storty making a run out of his own end.
Yeah, good run by Storty. Maudlin moving the ball to the edge.
B-Sag.
Yeah, there's Ofa. Again, Ofa hasn't really had any space or any opportunity. He's a very, very good rugby player, and he hasn't had the opportunity to shine. And part of that is that the Bruins' defense has been very, very good on him. They're not over pursuing.
There you go.
Nice carry there.
Overtaken it a second time.
Again, look at that tackle there. I mean, that was a beautiful tackle. Sherman just leveled that guy. Absolutely perfect timing. Low.
Good pick from Matu off the base. B-Sag really playing at that short line. Offload there to Storty. That's where you want to counter right there.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be doing the carry back inside though with my Eagle B-Sag there.
Yeah.
But they do have the penalty for not rolling away by the Bruins, so I'm sure we're going to see a little punch to the corner. And there we are, a very quick punch to the corner.
Yeah, so Ozzie Ross just a little lazy after the tackle, not rolling away. Referee Roth right on it. There you go, attacking 5 meter for the Gales.
That's a hard one, isn't it? Sometimes, you're trying your best to get away, but you just get a little bit trapped in and, you get exposed. But a great front throw there. A little bit of a
you see
peel
the
into
shift
the
there
ball.
again.
Looks like they're going for the same play as before. I think he's held up short of the line. Yeah, the ball's there. You can see the ball just short of the line. Let's see what they can do with
Ball's
this
back
one.
from Maudlin.
Maudlin now. Oh, great cover
knockback.
tackle again. Bisek was going absolutely nowhere there. He's actually still on the floor. There's a pile of bodies, and there's the ball. There's a really good carry by the Gales. They're really starting to penetrate around the edges of the ruck here.
Good defense by the Bruins around the ruck.
Again, very, very solid double tackle there. Really pushed them back a couple of meters. Did we have a knock on there? No, we didn't get a knock on. Looked close, but
take from Coakley.
Retaining possession. They're being very patient, but the Bruins defense is also hanging in there. Great courage showing. I wouldn't be surprised in a second if we see the ball Bisag moved. Yes, there we go. Bisag going for a little kick pass, but he's overcooked that one. Yeah, way through the back. I mean, Dom, what a defensive set by the Bruins. That was spectacular rugby.
We're going to see here. So UCLA's got a choice here. Interesting choice from Bisag to go with that kick, not playing under advantage. So you're going to have a 22 dropout from UCLA.
Yeah, so we'll see here if Alua can give him some depth and we can get a solid kick chase. They need to get away from that goal line. Let's take a look at this one again, Dom. I'll turn it over to you.
So there's your double tackle, right? That's all rugby is about. Can I get two guys on one of theirs? And you had a great job by UCLA getting two guys on one of theirs.
Decent kick just over halfway. We got a bit of a run back opportunity with Ofa. Run straight into some pretty hard contact again.
So you're going to go that short channel to Matu. Then out the back to Bisag. Good take by Filippetto.
Yeah, nice tackle there by Lynn. We've called his name a couple of times. Bisag bring it in, but
good short channel by Bisag.
That ball was out. Great recognition there by Alua. Just unbelievable recognition. The ball was out.
That's by Joyce. Great take by Dane Joyce. Just unfortunately got himself isolated on the run.
Yeah, actually, I apologize. It was not Alua. It was Joyce. You were right, Dom. Apologize. Oh, your boy Wilson thought he had something there, didn't he?
Now, let's see. Logan Turner there slapped the ball out of Bisag's hand to see if he gets punished for it.
No, it looks as though she's just letting him play on. And just remember, for those watching at home, the Bruins right now are still playing a man up. We do have a sin bin from Broughton. Let's take a look at this and see what happened. So decent ball, great tackle though, great tackle by Joyce. Right. And then all of a sudden he's back up and poaching the ball. Unfortunately, he just couldn't get the support there in time, and Bisag was like a limpet onto that thing.
Yeah, McCarthy just kind of got caught in no man's land, needing somebody else to provide support if it wasn't himself. Back in live play, we just missed it. We had an overthrow.
I think she's called one not straight, Dom, and so it's, scrum or line out, and looks as though UCLA is taking the scrum. Oh, yeah, it's to the outside shoulder, so it's coming back. So UCLA decided they don't want to contest the line out right now. They feel good about the scrum, and they're going to see what they can do to move away from the shadow of their post a little bit.
Yeah, that's just an unfortunate one from Tingen on the throw.
Here we go with another beautiful drone shot. Just beautiful grass field here at the UCLA Bruins Rugby Stadium. Spectacular spot. This should give you a good idea of the put-in and the pressure that's coming on the front rows, seeing it above. Interesting view. So, yeah, we got some pressure.
Yeah.
And the ball's out.
Gale's really putting a lot
McCarthy
of pressure on that scrum now.
Yeah.
You see how that plays out for the rest of the day, but they seem to be getting the ascendancy in the tight.
Yeah, the scrum, the
Should be interesting.
scrum
You should
is
see
wilting.
UCLA kick out of this. Interesting if they're going to play outside their own 22.
Little scrappy around the edges. They're not getting anywhere. I'm sure they're going to be looking for some sort of a clearance. They can't keep carrying at this part of the field.
Yeah, you really should put either Cox or Martini into the pocket here. St. Mary's bailed him out.
Oh, my goodness. I think the Bruins got a little bit lucky there. I thought they were trying to get a bit above themselves, but once again, now the referee's calling for another stoppage, so let's see if she's going to have a word. Oh, no, we're doing the hydration break right now. So, guys, take a minute, grab your coffee or your cocktail at home, and we'll be back after the hydration break.
Got a great one here in Westwood.
At St. Mary's, we inspire minds, engage hearts, and transform lives. With small class sizes and professors who know you by name, we inspire our students to thrive. We engage and build connections, knowledge, and skills. Explore boundless opportunities and one-of-a-kind study programs that launch careers. Transform, discover, and make a lasting impact. We are Gales.
Well, welcome back. Today's broadcast was granted by the College Rugby Association of America and the Rugby Network. Any use or rebroadcast requires the written consent of the CRAA and TRN. For my partner, Dom Reebley, and our entire production team, the whole TVX crew who are absolutely spectacular, I'm Jeremy Ognall.
Ray Cox kicking for the penalty, and the Bruins going for a quick line out here. McMillan going long. Beautiful throw in from McMillan. Inside run from Jobber there.
Yeah, I apologize there. I got a little bit ahead of myself on the copy, so I apologize. We're not closing out the game. That was just the end of the hydration break. I did have Dom looking as though he wanted to go get a drink, so I was trying to close out the game, but are excited we've got another 20 minutes, and we have a great kick from Cox to the corner. They're about 12 meters out from the Gales line. Another attacking opportunity. And let's just look at the scoreboard again. It's still 15-12, same as it was at halftime to UCLA. What do you think, Dom?
This is a pivotal part of the game right now for both teams, right? Say if a UCLA could score here, create a little bit of space, possibly get up 2 scores, but St. Mary's really looking to, not defending against the line out.
Oh, we got a free kick here.
Interesting.
So we have a
McMillan
good carry
takes
there.
it on, right? The short arm. So they didn't match numbers. Got Lynn. Oh, Lynn gets caught. Does he get it in?
Oh, I think he's just short. It looks as though he's just short of the line. Really good effort. Good carry by McMillan. He's the son of the coach.
Let's see what we got here. So you got Ira Lynn going, and he's getting held up by the Gales. Gets the ball out the back, but we come up a little bit short there.
Yeah, that was an interesting offload by Lynn. It was actually creative, but it worked and almost got them in. But
yeah, unfortunately, Sergio Raccia could not finish it. Just got taken into touch. But obviously, we see UCLA here playing under advantage.
So the referee's taking the time off for a second. So because we've got an injury here, let's see who is this down. It looks like it's one of the. I think it might be Sherman, but I can't see his number. Dom, are you clear on who that is? I think it's Sherman. Look, okay, it's actually Sam McMillan who just made a big carry, but he's okay. He's the son of a coach. He's not going to be coming out.
He's a solid unit, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a great kid. I know he came through the ERA Rugby Academy, and so it's great to see these young men continue their career from high school into college. Good solid line out, trying to clear the lines a little bit here. The Gales, they're very much on the shadows of the posts. And they're going for a clearance. Not a great clearance, and it's straight out. Oh, it's almost gathered by Raccia, but he got it back, and now we go to Cox again. Who's probably, in my opinion, he's certainly been the best of the.
Big Turner knocks it on.
You know, all of a sudden it looked as though Turner had an amazing carry, and then it looked like he put on the St. Mary's jersey because he lost the ball forward. It was a little bit loose.
He didn't. And Turner lost the ball backwards.
Oh, interesting.
So this ball got carried into touch. It's going to remain with the Bruins here.
Yeah, let's take a look at this one. See, great ball out there. Really good carry. One arm trying to keep it tight, and good fend. He just lost it in the
tackle.
In the tackle in the fend.
Unfortunately, there for St. Mary's, Abbas gets driven into touch.
So let's see, McMillan, make sure his shoulder's okay for the line out. Yeah, they've got a solid line out, solid maul going. They're really moving forward nicely.
Again, both teams with that, just shifting the point of attack there in the scrums. It really has been beneficial. It's really helped them get their drive on. You see UCLA getting rewarded with the penalty.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing, to be honest with you, Don, we're seeing a lot of penalties given, mostly in UCLA's favor at this time. Okay, we have a substitution coming on. It looks as though number 19 is coming on. John Paul Lefevre is coming on. And who's coming off here? Let's take a look. He's leading applause to the crowd.
Lau Rocco apparently coming off.
Okay, Lau Rocco's come off, and we've got John Paul Lefevre. What a great name that is, John Paul Lefevre. Love that. So we'll be using that one hopefully a few times if he gets the ball in hand. You know, you've got the fever.
You've got Lefevre for the cowbell. Let's see if we can get it done for the Bruins here.
That's another nice. Oh, very creative off the top.
Yep. That's the kind of stuff you work on hours and hours of practice just for that one moment.
Yeah, I've seen Coach Bracken coach that many times, creative from the lineouts, and it works, and that one really worked. And then the really, really patient drive here by the Bruins.
See if UCLA can keep it back, right, so it doesn't get tied up. So McCarthy still got his hands on it.
They're brought down. Is it short of the line? Let's see. The ref's taking a look at. Referee Katie Roth signals held up. Massive bodies there. It's really hard to see what was going on. But again, she's the lady with the whistle in the hand. She said it was held up, so we'll have a goal line dropout for the Gales. Just trying to get a little bit of breathing room. They are under pressure right now.
Let's see here. So you've got, I believe it was McMillan who had this ball. And this is where it gets tough, right? You get the white line fever, and you start to see it, and you think, it's right there. I can reach out and touch it, but you've got to work your way past the line, right? Past the line, past the defender to really get it into the try zone.
Yeah, there was a reasonable carry by Ross there. I actually thought Cox, I thought he was going to get turned over. The ref was about to call it. They had the move from Pappas, but she allowed player to go on. But now the Gales have actually stolen it. So let's see if they can work their quick counterattack. And that's what they do. And there's Bisag almost away, but then he was loose with the ball. And now we've got another knock on. So Bisag made a beautiful break and then tried that, loose pass or just loose holding onto the ball, and once again we have a Bruins scrum and an opportunity to clear. If I was the coach of the Gales, I'd be very frustrated. Let's take a look at this one again. Again, what a beautiful move, inside and out move. Got the ball, got his hand ready, arm for the fend, but great cover tackle, forced a loose ball.
By Abbas there, right? Great cover tackle.
Again, all you can do is doff your hat to the Bruins the way they're playing. There's some really courageous, aggressive rugby being played by them. And we can see the crowd in front of us standing up. Everyone's on their feet, recognizing that we could be on the verge of a pretty significant upset. And once again, now we've got collapsing on the front row of the Gales. Broughton is back on, but he's pinged, so he did come on as the tight head. He actually came on for Wilson, which probably upsets my colleague here, but
no, I believe Wilson shifted over to the
he's moved to the loose head.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had to because your mood hadn't changed, so I knew he was still on the pitch. But I think Broughton is struggling. He's been penalized to a yellow card, about 15 minutes ago. Now they just got called for collapsing. Now we've got a little bit of a break while the referee's talking to the Gales captain, Coakley, see what's happening here, see what they want to discuss.
No hydration break here, so this is interesting what we're having a discussion about.
Yeah, it looks as though we had a small injury break there, but everyone's back on the pitch and healthy again, so the ball back in Cox's hand. He'll be looking to pin them fairly deep, hopefully getting in the 22. He didn't manage to do that. Actually, the assistant referee on this side has only given them about 12 meters, so he'll be a little bit annoyed by that kick. And now we'll see what McMillan can do and set up with his big units up front. Oh, good spoil there. It was a really good spoil by Abbas. Got up, got his hand in the way, and allowed the Gales to take that one. Yeah. So now they have an opportunity to move it through the hands, going through the tight head actually out towards the edge. And now we've got some athleticism, some space. But again, another really solid tackle by Alu in that case. And then we had...
There's the counter. Right? Great job of counter-rucking by the Bruins.
Well, I tell you, Alu and Dayan Joyce, that was Joyce there who forced that one. You can see the big mop of red hair. Alu and Joyce have really been marshalling the defense very well in midfield. I've had 2 or 3 turnovers created by them, and that gave them the opportunity to punch it all the way down to just outside the Gales' 22.
So here you see the counter from UCLA. That's just a one-on-one counter. Great job there by the Bruins. Just number 15, Storty for St. Mary's, just got caught a little bit too high in trying to secure that ruck.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, that was Joyce, a 13 counter-rucking and winning successfully. Now, once again, the Bruins have the ball, and they're still attacking, looking for some opportunities. Nowhere to go, so dance a little bit, but they still retain possession. Carrying through the big hands again, Will Sherman with another strong carry. He's trying not to get held upright, which he is. It looks as though they've got him up in the air, so I'm sure... Oh, it's now gone to ground. Let's see if the ref... Yeah, she's awarded the... Rightfully so. He was held up, and by the time he'd gone to ground, he was on the St. Mary's side. And so the possession goes to the St. Mary's, and they'll be breathing a sigh of relief because they were in some trouble there. Dom... Okay, let's just take a look at this one again. Good carry. I mean, he's carried really well, Sherman. But the defense did a great job. They had 3 or 4 guys, including King Matu, holding him up and getting possession for the Gales. But, if you're Tim O'Brien or if you're, the St. Mary's players with, about 12 minutes, to go in this game, what are you going to do to change it, Dom?
Well, I think you got to start putting the ball downfield, continuing to attack, or the ball's just got to stay in hand. There's an enterprising team. They're going to keep it in hand. They're going to play along that line, right? Run those inside-outside lines and try to get that big break and see if we can work their way all the way down the field.
Yeah, but it's interesting you say keep the ball in hand. That's one thing they haven't been able to do today. So I agree with you. That's the right strategy. But you've got to be able to keep the ball in hand. So let's see if they can now.
Yeah, well, that's a style. That's a style that St. Mary's plays. It's enterprising. Fantastic hands there by Coakley.
Clever pop back inside. But now they're throwing the ball away. It's going backwards. And the Bruins are once again just pouncing on possession here. They're really disrupting the flow of St. Mary's. They're struggling right now to get outside of their 22, even with the big athletic carriers they have.
Yeah.
Now we're going to have a card here. I'm guaranteeing you, Dom, we're about to have a card. We just saw a lift.
Yeah.
So it's a yellow card, and I can't see who's coming off. But you saw that.
Number 16, Kieran Tingen, the replacement hooker.
Yeah, the reality is, let's take a look at this.
The replay here.
If you watch, it's a good carry by them, but when they were trying to do the counter ruck, he lifts him up. and drops him, not on his head, but you're not allowed to take the body beyond the horizontal, and they all know that. And so it's a silly mistake by the Gales, puts more pressure on themselves. Cox puts it to the corner, and I think the Bruins have to be licking their lips. And the way this game's been going, I think if the Bruins can get a 7-pointer here, or actually just a 5-pointer to put them up by 2 scores, they really could see themselves with an incredible victory.
Right, so it's what we talked about at the top of the game, right? Can the Bruins close out this match?
Yeah, that was one of the keys of the game that you'd identified, and I think you're absolutely right.
Sacked again by the Gales.
Sacked, but definitely not collapsing, so it was good. They sacked it in time, but it's still tie possession, still with the Bruins, and they're probably salivating a little bit.
Yeah, if you're UCLA, you just want to play this. You want to play this tight and under control.
Once again, into the captain's hands.
Logan Turner,
really nice. Turner just solidifying the play. Nothing flashy, just a meter a carry.
Ball to Sherman.
Don't commit too many bodies.
Exactly, right? Man on point, 2 in support.
There's McMillan with a nice carry. They're just looking for a little bit of a crease, it looks like. So they've got their big bodies set up again. Oh, there he goes.
There's the stab.
Yeah, McCarthy doing his thing.
Turnover by Muta? No. Excuse me, Matu.
St. Mary's having to throw a lot of bodies here. I'm telling you right now, one more carry. If the Bruins move the ball, they could have a 1 or 2 man overlap.
Advantage to the Bruins. Now they can stretch it out if they want. They can try something a little more risky.
Still playing advantage. It's slow ball, which is fine. Yeah, the Bruins will take that all day long because they're leading and they're in control. But the referee probably still playing advantage.
There's your drive right on the doorstep. Can UCLA finish this off?
We are right there right now. A little bit of an upright carry there.
Yeah, again,
still
you want
short.
to get to that outside shoulder of that inside defender. Here's the take.
Oh, there we go.
He's over.
Oh, my goodness.
Martini over for the try.
That was just 9-10. Good carry. I mean, that is just impressive. I mean, I can't track how many phases there were. They had to be 10, 11, 12 phases, Dom, but they were extremely patient. They got the penalty advantage. And let's take a look here. I think this was very simple from the top.
Right.
See, great carry there.
McCarthy just marshaling his troops. See him there at the back, telling Sherman to get out of the way. Nice and easy.
The ref was slightly in the way.
The old referee block.
Shielded by the smallest person on the pitch. But, I mean, again, phase after phase, get the penalty, keep your structure, be patient, and it will be rewarded. And that's what's happened. And, let's see what Alua can do with this kick, because this is a big one. Right. This is a big one. Could be a 10-point lead.
Fantastic recognition there by Martini.
That kick is up and good.
Flags
what a great kick.
Boy, oh boy, folks, in Westwood, we've got the potential upset.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm no genius like you are, Dom, but right now, 22-12, so a 10-point lead. And St. Mary's need to convert a try and a penalty just to tie it, or 2 tries and a conversion to take the lead. And we haven't seen much so far that indicates they will do that.
Yeah, I mean, again, hats off to Harry Bennett and his whole team for getting his troops really prepared for today's game. You see McCarthy taking the base kick. See if he can keep it inside the 5.
Not a great box kick there. That won't do them any good. I think they might have managed to retain possession, but now carried into touch. So I think it's going to be a Gales ball. Let's just see what the assistant referee is pointing towards the Gales. So, speaking of Harry Bennett, Dom, I talked to him during the week and I talked to him before the game. And, as you mentioned, they're 3-2 in conference going into this match. And they play the Gales today, very tough opposition, reigning champions. Next week they play Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, actually in 2 weeks, because this week actually they're hosting the Claremont Colleges on Thursday night, which will be a spectacular event under the lights here at Wallace Annenberg. And then a week from Saturday, they have Cal Poly. And if they win one of these 2, then they have a very good chance of hosting a playoff game in the West. And that's what Harry's excited about.
Oh, heavens. Again from St. Mary's on the knock. Or are we going to have a penalty here?
We actually have the referee down on the floor there. She's got a knock on against the Bruins.
Yeah,
so
she saw McMillan in there. He got his hands in the passing lane.
What I will tell you, though, is the Bruins won't be upset. Here we go. Let's just see what happened here.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. And then, wow.
Yeah.
And then
St. Mary's trying to do a little bit of the referee block themselves.
Yeah, I will say, Ofa, that was probably the best tackle of the day by Ofa on the referee. So what I was saying is, if they can get a home field, in the first round of playoffs, they've never been able to do that, the Bruin program. So, this, if they get this win today, that really sets them up well. They've had some good wins already this season, against, Arizona, University of Arizona, who are a very, very good program. Grand Canyon, another very good program. UC Santa Barbara. And just the two blotches were, a tough loss to Cal, which is, not necessarily a big surprise because Cal's Cal. And then the close one last week to Central Washington, which actually they probably should have won.
Yeah, so reserve scrum half, Ollie Klein with his first chance here. Ball out to Ofa.
Yeah, nice hands by Ofa because it was
Great
a terrible
job by
pass.
Ofa. Yeah, just, again, ball to ground. Simply too much of that from the Gales today. Carried on by Deegan, who's back in the game.
But again, look, double tackle McMillan and someone else, just double tackle. And they're just throwing bodies at them very, very effectively.
Good strong run again by Ofa.
So B-Sag out the back, they're looking, trying to hit the edge here.
Here goes Storty.
Out to the wing. The wing has come on. He doesn't have a number on his back, so it's hard.
That's got to be Tuiafa, yeah. Tuiaval. Apologies. Again, ball
JT.
to ground.
Yeah, probably JT. You're right.
Yeah.
There goes another carry by Broughton. They're not really getting anywhere with those. Now
you got the short channel there for Abbas.
There's a lot of movement, but there is not a lot of thrust. And they need some thrust, and they need it badly.
Yeah, I think Klein needs to be a little bit faster on this recycles. He's got to get to that breakdown. He's a little bit too lax on getting to the breakdown.
Out to the edge, back inside to Storty. Okay, they're still making some progress here.
Yeah, that ball needs to go, yeah.
But they've only moved it forward 5 or 6 yards in all these phases. Again, the Bruins' defense is absolutely incredible to date.
It's fantastic. I mean, you're sitting inside your own 22, and you've still got Martini and Cox sitting in the second level here.
Yeah, and Ross just put a big hurt on. They've actually finally made some balls out now. Let's see what they're doing. They've actually made some yardage there, so B-Sag will be looking for something here. That's a good pass.
Wilson.
Again, another nice tackle. Oh, that's going to be thrown away. That is just not acceptable. Just trying to do too much at this stage of the game. 3 minutes left. You're down by 10, and you try a wild behind-the-back pass that goes probably forward and into touch. So, again, very, very un-Gale-like rugby, in my opinion.
Well, in structure, no. In execution, yes. I think, the St. Mary's plays a very enterprising style.
Yeah, so let's take a look at this again. So there's a nice ball there. Again, really good tackling, caused some pressure. But then I think he just got ahead of himself.
Yeah.
I understand what he's trying to do, but it's just not the right time or place to do it.
Well, perhaps he saw Antoine Dupont in today's France-Ireland game and wanted to take a page out of his book.
Yeah, well, he didn't see him for long, did he? So, and unfortunately, I think the news on him is not very good from what I've been
McCarthy
hearing.
and Klein going at it.
Yeah, here we go. Now, there's another big shove by St. Mary's, but it comes out. Let's see if Cox is going to try and use his... Oh, what a great step by Cox.
I think everybody stopped playing there, Jeremy.
It does. It looked as though they were waiting for some sort of a whistle or a tea break. I'm not sure what it was, but Cox wasn't waiting. And now what we're going to see is we're going to see a clearing kick. I'm sure that McCarthy's going to be putting this on the foot or looking back to Cox. I mean, we've only got 90 seconds left. Oh, he's put a touch. Wow, we have full time.
Clock's on the official.
Oh, my goodness.
We're at full time. What an upset from the Bruins here in Westwood, 22-12 over defending national champions.
That is incredible. And what's going to happen now, guys, we'll talk about the performance in a second. My good friend here, Dominic, is actually going to try and go down pitch side and talk to the winning coach and probably the most valuable player. Okay, so Dominic's going to go down pitch side and try and get hold of Coach Bennett and the man of the match. There's so many candidates for man of the match from the Bruins. You know, it's not my decision, but some incredible performances by, you know, well, pretty much the whole Bruin side was very impressive. I do have to say, I think Harry Bennett was right. I think the locks were really, really impressive. You know, Pargetter and Sherman, I thought were really, really good. I thought Turner captained them very nicely. McCarthy was very impressive. I think the Battle of the Nines was definitely won by McCarthy. Their centers, I think, were the difference. You know, Alua and Joyce were the class to me on the field. So, you know, if I was going to pick a man of the match, it'd be one of those two. And I really wouldn't care which one it was because they were both very, very good. And they deserve a celebration. And you can just tell from the St. Mary's body language that they're really disappointed in themselves. Okay, we'll be taking a quick break, then we'll be right back for some wrap-up here at Wallace Annenberg Stadium after an amazing 22-12 win for UCLA.
At St. Mary's, we inspire minds, engage hearts, and transform lives. With small class sizes and professors who know you by name, we inspire our students to thrive. We engage and build connections, knowledge, and skills. Explore boundless opportunities and one-of-a-kind study programs that launch careers. Transform, discover, and make a lasting impact. We are Gales.
Okay, guys. Well, we're back here. I'm going to throw it over to Dominic Reebley. He's going to have a second. He's going to be talking to Harry Bennett. He's just been spending some time talking to his team and obviously celebrating a good win. So I want to get him over with Dominic just to have his thoughts on the game, thoughts on man of the match, and see what he's looking forward to about next week when they play, or the week after when they play Cal Poly. Okay, guys, well, welcome back to the Rugby Network. What a performance. We were trying to get an interview with Coach Harry Bennett, but as you can see from that beautiful overhead shot, he's got his players rallied around him arm in arm, and I'm sure they're just having a spectacular conversation about just a really unreal performance in so many ways. And they deserve that celebration. So obviously from a broadcast standpoint, we would love to speak to Coach Bennett and identify who the man of the match is. We might have to do that post-broadcast. But what I will say to you is that, you know, on behalf of myself, Jeremy Ognall, my partner in crime, Dominic Reebley, the whole TVX crew who did just a spectacular production job today. I mean, this has been, you know, a world-class event here. And, you know, for me, it's really exciting since I'm so steeped in college rugby in this country, you know, to see a performance like this, to see a program like UCLA who, you know, has always been a good program. They had, you know, some very good sevens representation, but I think they've traditionally fallen short in 15s. And so for me, and really more for them, sorry, this is a marquee win. And they've got to be absolutely ecstatic. And as I say, I believe this should put them in the driver's seat for the playoffs. And then it looks as though we do have some We do have some movement pitch side. We do have Coach Bennett with a bit of spring in his step. It looks as though he might be heading down to speak to Dominic. So bear with us 1 second. We'll have a short break, and then we'll be right back with Coach Harry Bennett.
We've beaten St Mary's in the history of UCLA, truthfully, so that's the first time we've ever done that, and to add that national champions reigning last year as well even makes it more special. But I think, pleased with the performance, but we've been talking about this one for a long time, not against St Mary's in particular, but just playing the full 80 minutes and the potential of being a calibre team that's competing for a national championship, and pleased with the boys that we did it today.
Well, fantastic effort from your team. The defensive effort, what was the talk during the week coming in to face a team like St. Mary's, to put in that kind of a shift from a defensive standpoint to hold the reigning national champs to 12 points, none in the second half?
Yeah, we were really disappointed last weekend against Central Washington. Speaking with Todd as well, it felt like no one wanted to tackle in that game. So we knew we had the ability, and we worked really hard on our defense over the fourth quarter as well to prove that we were an 80-minute team defensively. And we knew that we were going to come up with a test against St Mary's. They throw the ball a lot. So just being disciplined and patient in our lanes and sticking at it together.
Yeah, really just a cornerstone win, I think, for the program, and really congratulations, coach. It's been a fantastic effort. It's been great to be here and see it.
Appreciate it, Dom. Thanks so much.
Back to you, Jeremy.
Great, thanks, Dom. Obviously a very ecstatic and very proud coach, and he should be proud of his guys there. So I think we're pretty close to wrapping what's been an amazing day. I feel truly privileged to have been able to cover this game along with the whole TVX crew, along with Dominic Reebley. Again, congratulations to Harry Bennett and his whole staff and team. Also, congratulations, obviously, to Tim O'Brien and St Mary's Gales. A class act. They're still the reigning champions, and one loss does not end their season. I'm sure we'll see a lot more of them. But, since we're coming to the end, I just want to say, today's broadcast was granted by the College Rugby Association of America and the Rugby Network, and any use or rebroadcast requires the written consent of the CRAA and the Rugby Network. And so for my partner, Dominic Reebley, our entire TVX production crew who did incredible work, as I've said several times, I am Jeremy Ognall, and say thank you for watching.